Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for episode 3 of Let's Play Dark Souls. In this episode, we are going to go up against the Last Giant and the Pursuer. I actually do not succeed the first attempt of the Pursuer, but I eventually do succeed. As you can see, we are at the Cardinal's Tower. I went upstairs and I wanted to see if I can open that door, but unfortunately it does not open yet, so we had to fight our way through here, and I went ahead and skipped that just a little ways and went to the left here, and here's the ladder. But before I end up fighting the actual boss, like I promised, I was going to go to this area to the right, the area where you get the white soapstone. And you're actually ambushed in here by several of the undead royal soldiers. So once they start coming at you, since I'm a sorcerer, the strategy would be to lure them outside and take them down one at a time. And if you're doing or watching this video just to get an idea of how to get through this area, you want to make sure as soon as you go in there to dodge to the right, because they will fire those ballistas at you and they will kill you. As you can see, I went and killed them all. Picked up a green blossom over here in the corner. Now it's safe to go in here and pick up the items in front of those ballistas, not bastillas, and there are large souls there and a small wooden shield. And as you can see, I still need to get a shield for my character, but really all you can do is just dodge. Now the area down here, I believe there's an enemy, and there's a Pharaoh's Lockstone hole which you have to open with a Pharaoh's Lockstone, and there's a chest in there behind it. This chest in the room is actually not safe to open. It puts out poison fumes. You want to jump back and let the poison wear off, and then you get one Titanite shard from it. And then behind the Pharaoh's Lockstone, there is the door anyway. There will be a treasure chest. Right now I don't have a Pharaoh's Lockstone. This door that I just attempted to open, you actually can get it open right now, and really all you have to do is bang on it with your weapon, and then the enemies will slowly come over to the door and open it, and you can go on in, and there's actually a chest. Maybe two, I can't remember. I think just one chest on the inside of that door. Right now I'm just kind of roaming around, and my friend actually told me that you can bang on the door to get it open, so that's what I'm doing now. It does take a little bit of time, but as soon as you bang on it enough, you actually have to make sure you're hitting the door. It takes the soldiers a little bit of time to work their way out here, and there is a small swarm of the soldiers, so you do want to back up once they get the door open. Here you can see that it's open, and then you want to fire away at them. And it looks like these soldiers don't have shields, so of course that makes it much easier to kill them. But always want to keep your distance. That soldier has a shield, a little bit harder to kill him, but the other two didn't, so it makes it a lot easier to kill them. But as you can see, he blocked my soul arrow, so that made it rather difficult. And of course, you never want to pick up the items until all the enemies are dead. You have plenty of time to pick up items, so basically what you got to do while he's blocking your attacks, just kind of want to jump past him, and while he's vulnerable you want to shoot at him after he does this little attack, and boom, he's dead. I'm pretty sure all these items here are just items that dropped once I killed the soldiers, and it looks like those are both hallowed soldier leggings, and we got a life gem out of that. So and then you go into this room. I'm pretty sure that this chest is safe. You can go ahead and open it, and I believe you get a life ring and something else. I think a Titanite chunk possibly. No, Titanite shard. So it was definitely worth going in there, and you get a few souls for killing the enemies there. Of course, we will come back here later and open that Pharaoh's Lockstone door, and hopefully I don't forget to do that. I usually do, but I do want to try to explore all the areas before we move on. But the next thing we're going to do is head back to the bonfire up here at the top of Cardinal's Tower, and I believe we are going to travel to Majula and either upgrade the character, or I can't remember exactly, so I'm sorry guys. I'll try to tell you more of what's going on as we go. And the woman in the corner there, she is not actually going to travel back to Majula until we beat the first boss here. the last giant, which is just downstairs. So we are also going to be doing that. Once I beat the last giant and rest at a bonfire, she will move here to Majula. So the key, as you saw in the last episode of the Let's Play Dark Souls 2, you had to buy a key from that one for 1,000 souls. You open up that door, talk to the guy, and then you have to go rest at a bonfire in order for him to go work. He basically says, give me some time to set up, and basically you just go back to the bonfire, and then you can go back to him. And he's available to buy stuff and upgrade weapons, which is something that I do before moving on. So we go through the door here, and he's like, stand back, this is dangerous work, blah blah blah. His name's Lendergrast. I caught that there. I never pay much attention to the names, but you can buy different things, different weapons from him, but I just wanted to upgrade my staff. And as you can see there, its base attack is 123, but it actually does 134 based upon the bonuses off of my skills. And I bought, or I'm trying to anyway, I bought 2 Titanite chunks there. I believe that they're chunks, or Titanite shards, not chunks, and upgraded it again, and it went up to 345. And actually I made a mistake when I said that. The statistic that was white was the damage it did, and the one in blue is what it would do if I upgraded. Here you can see my weapon in the upper right hand corner. I know I missed it by a long shot, but you could see how much damage things do. As you can see, my staff does 134, magic damage does 134, whatever that one is in the middle. See, I'm pointing at the magic damage, but the one below that I'm not sure. It's 134 damage. I think it might be black damage, but I'm not entirely sure, so don't listen to me. And there I'm showing you that this weapon scales with intelligence, I believe is what it is. So whenever I go to the lady here, this is where you level up your character. You talk to her. You can also upgrade your Estus Flask. I already mentioned that. But you scroll down to intelligence and you increase it. And then there we go. We only had enough to level up once. And theoretically, based upon the scaling, if you continue to increase your intelligence, since this is a sorcerer character, it will increase the damage that the sorceries do. I'm pointing at the magic damage. It didn't change any of the damage there because that's just magic, but it does actually increase the damage that is done since I increased the intelligence factor. It increases the damage of the spell arrow. It'll increase the damage of anything that has to do with sorcery. Now if I do any miracles, that will be based off faith, and then hexes are based off faith and intelligence. It's all a very complicated mess, but it's not too hard to figure out. But here you can see we're back at the Cardinal's Tower, and you have to give me a minute here to remember what it was I was doing. I'm pretty sure I'm headed down now to kill the last giant. I did not. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. We kill this royal soldier in the doorway because I didn't want him to get up, and I miss him every time. But sorry, had a phone call there. But we kill that Hallow soldier, and then we're going to make our way, after we kill this one as well, and we'll make our way down this lift that's just around the corner. Okay, and then earlier on, we opened this door in the previous episode. There's a lift here, and at the bottom of this lift will lead to the first real giant, or the first boss that you have to fight in the game. His name is the Last Giant, and I'm actually going to go ahead and show the clip that plays before you fight. As you can see, there's another Hollow Soldier down here. I take care of him. I try to use my dagger because I want to save my soul arrows for when I fight the actual giant. I actually run out of arrows in the middle of the battle, which is not horrible. I should probably have my amber herbs equipped, that way I can restore my magic, but I end up not doing it. And then that royal soldier actually parried me and knocked me over. It was kind of impressive. Never saw them do that before. But just ahead of me there are 2 NPCs to summon. These are not real people, and in this door you don't unlock yet. These are not real people. This guy is the guy who gave you the white soapstone. By talking to him, that allows him to be here. And this is Sellsword Luet. He's also an NPC in the game. I don't remember talking to him, but he is an NPC that you can summon. It's kind of overkill because this boss is not real hard if you are careful and you know what to do. The trick is to stay in between his feet if you are a melee character. But if you're a sorcerer like me, summon the NPCs, they'll go in and fight him and distract him, and you can just shoot at him from a long distance. But here is the infamous The Last Giant, so I'll shut up here for a minute. But yeah, like I said, I run out of soul arrows during this battle, and I have to actually run up there and stab him with my dagger, which does almost nothing. But we do end up winning the battle, so it is a win, and it's a good thing. So here we go. Basically what you want to do, especially when they're NPCs, is just roll out of its way. And as you can see, I got its attention. It's not even paying attention to the NPCs at the moment. So I started shooting it. But you want to try your... And I've never seen it do that before. It just completely fell on the ground. Like if you were probably laying underneath it, or if you were underneath him, it probably would have killed you. Just guessing, but I've never seen him do that attack before. But if you are a melee character, the best place for you to be is in between his feet, because he can't strike you. He will try to stomp on you, but if he tries to stomp, then you just jump out of its way and then get back in between him. As you can see, we already have him down to half health, and I'm almost out of soul arrows. And there you saw him, he broke off his arm and is using it as a club. And you would not believe the ridiculous amount of range he has. Here he's going to hit me. I'm all the way over here, and he actually hit me and took out a little less than half of my life. So I try to run back, and I go ahead and use my Estus Flask, which is a good thing because he actually does hit me again, I'm pretty sure. But I try to keep my distance and keep shooting him. Yeah, I think right here. No, not right there. Maybe here? Maybe? Yeah, there we go. I know I got hit one more time. And I'm out of soul arrows. I was just going to stand back, let the NPCs take care of me, but I figured, you know, since he's facing that direction, I went ahead and ran up and started stabbing him in the ankles with my dagger, which I'm going to eventually get a different melee weapon because it really doesn't do much damage. But I'm also going to have to increase my character's strength and possibly dexterity based upon what weapon I want to use. But I'm not going to increase it a lot because I want to focus completely on sorcery. Here you go. We get the last giant soul, and we get the soldier's key, which allows us to... Actually, the door upstairs that I tried to open in the Cardinal's Tower, we can open it now. And earlier in the last episode, the area just outside when we go up this lift and to the left, there's a little stairway and a door underneath the stairway. That door was locked, and it still is locked, but now we have the key to go through to it. It actually takes us to the Pusuer, which is the next boss that you have to fight. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you summon someone to help you with this because it's absolutely annoying to do. You also could open this door across the bridge using the soldier's key, and don't take a left because that is actually an area you don't want to be at yet. I almost went out there and then I'm like, oh wait, this is not where I want to be. It's actually for a later part of the game. Just run straight, and then there's a chest down here. I always smack them. You never know when they might be a mimic, and it's really annoying if it is because the mimic will beat the crap out of you. I got a Ring of Restoration and Torch, so I think it was worth it. And we run back through here. We're going to go back up to the bonfire, and we're going to make our way back to Majula because anytime you're going to go into a boss fight, you always want to make sure you use up your souls in case you die. Because whenever it's a boss fight, you know there's a high chance of dying. And you're not going to be able to get those souls back very easy. Even if you try to use like a homeward bone, just run in there, get your souls back, and use a homeward bone to teleport out of there. But I was getting ready to go on down there and fight the Pursuer, but I just realized that I had not gained any new attunement slots. So that's what I'm doing now, which I'm going to try to explain here. As you can see, we have one slot for attunement, as my cursor is showing, you increase your attunement. See, now I have 2 attunement slots. Now, it's not per level. Like right now I have a 13 level attunement. I have to go all the way up to, what was it? I think it was 17 to get a 3rd slot. So it's not like every level of attunement that you do that you get another slot. You actually have to increase it by quite a bit sometimes to get more slots. But I increase it enough to get 2 slots, and then I increase my intelligence from 15 to 21, so my soul arrows actually do more damage. And now we reappeared back at the Cardinal Tower. I just kind of cut out the part where I teleported it. But this is how the slots work. You go to the bonfire, you click Attune Spells, and you put the spells you want up there. I also have the Great Soul Arrow. It does more damage than the Soul Arrow, but it takes a little bit longer to cast. So since I have 2 Soul Arrows, I just went ahead and equipped both of those in both of my attunement slots. And as you can see, instead of having 30 Soul Arrows, it automatically just tunes it up to 60. So, and I'm going to go ahead and say now, I do fight my way through here fairly easy, and I do try to fight the Pursuer on my own. I highly recommend you summon someone in order to kill him, but I was waiting for someone to be summoned and nobody showed up. So, but don't worry, you get to watch me fight the Pursuer and fail epically. But before I do that, over here, I told you not to go over here right away because, or I wasn't going to go over here right away. There's a big turtle guy over there, which I absolutely hate them because you can't block their attacks and they beat the crap out of you. But it's fantastic having a long-range character such as a sorcerer, and you just shoot the crap out of him, which you do. And then there's an item over here on the ground. Once again, I don't remember what it is. It's an amber herb, very useful for my character. And then up here you will get swarmed, like I said before. So what you should do is just run halfway up it and then run back down it and let the enemies come down, because there are like 4 or 5 of these hollowed undead, and if you try to jump backwards to avoid being hit by one of them, you might fall off the edge and die. So I highly recommend that you just run back down the ramp and then kill them from down there. And if I remember right, you get a shield and a halberd up here, and it's worth it. Well, actually, it wasn't a shield, it was another soul, the nameless soldier. But you do get the halberd. Of course, it's not important for our character because we're a sorcerer, but anyway, here's the door that you couldn't unlock until you killed the last giant. And now that we've done that, you use the soldier's key and open it. And up here is a new kind of enemy. No idea what he's called, but he carries a big sword and he looks like he has an onion head, so I call him the Onion Head. And there's actually 2 of them in here. It takes like 4 shots to kill them at this point. And then we're going to go up these stairs. There might be something straight ahead from this point, or not straight ahead, just to the right there, but I didn't go look. There's another Onion Head here, and then there's a Royal Undead at the top shooting at me with his bow. Now usually people put their summoning signs down just outside the door here. I actually, after I kill this guy, I shut off recording and I run around a little bit, and I want to see if someone would show up with their summoning sign, but no one does. So when I restart the recording right about now, that was actually almost perfect the way I cut that. This was after I ran around all over the place for a while. You're going to see I use my amber herb to restore some of my soul arrows. I'm going to go ahead and heal myself, always important to do right before a boss fight. And I decide I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. Now, when you fight the Pursuer, this is him, that's his sword, and he's being flown in by this giant bird. You always want to roll right. This guy hits hard and hits heavy, and he moves fast. So the strategy with this guy, whether you are a melee or a sorcerer, when he comes at you, you roll right and you move fast and get out of his way. And then after he's done with his like 3rd swing, he does 3 swings on you. You want to try to get your attack in. See, I got out of his way, I get an attack in. Now it's a little early because he had plenty of stamina to turn around and whack me. Here I used one of my life gems to heal myself. But see, he's getting ready to use his attack. that's not the one you want to dodge. This one's the one you want to dodge. And he like runs towards you and roll to the right. And after he does the third swing, you use your staff and shoot at him. See, he just did the little slidey thingy, and you get a shot in, and then you roll from him. But if you don't time it right, he beats the crap out of you, which I actually do lose at fighting this battle. It's kind of unfortunate, but we do end up beating him in this episode. I summon some help shortly after dying, and I skip all the fighting up to this point, so you guys don't have to watch that again. But yeah, the strategy is just you have to keep away from him. It's actually, I would think it'd be really hard if you were a melee character, because you have to get up close to him. And see, there you go. I didn't heal quick enough. I needed to back up some more, and I might have been able to heal, but I died. So here we go. We're going to have some help. Or actually, here we are in Missoula. I forgot about this part. I lost all my souls, so you're probably wondering why. Why do I have 4,600? Well, I had a bunch of nameless souls of the soldiers, so I used all of them, and I wanted to use those to buy some more life gems. So I pretty much spent all my souls on life gems. Now here we are, back at the Pursuer's gates. I skipped all the fighting I had to do. I have 2 real-life people here to help me. These are not NPCs of the game. This is all for the multiplayer part of the game. This guy that's down here, he actually put his summoning sign right down here, and I was waiting for him to get up here. And then, ironically enough, this guy is called Mage Hunter, who's right behind me. And he actually put what's called a small soapstone down. I don't know why I can't talk today. But it means he's only here temporarily, and he will eventually return within a certain time frame. But I have Gerald who will help me. So basically, now that you have someone to help you, you want to just stay back, especially since I'm a mage character. There are ballistas in here, but they can kill people that are helping you. And I've done it by accident. As you can see, he just shot off those ballistas, and right now I'm going, oh crap, he's going to shoot and kill Mage Hunter, but no, he didn't. And the ballista ends up killing the Pursuer, and it's over just like that and that quick. Yeah, I mean, it was just absolutely insane that we beat him that easily. And then, of course, I do my little bow to thank you, or thank the 2 of them for helping me. And we have 16,000 souls. Here shortly, they will return to their worlds because they succeeded in helping me with the boss. I'll run through this portal. There are 2 royal undead soldiers over here that I kill. And then just at the top of these stairs to my right will be a bird's nest. And the bird's nest will take me over to the Bastilla, I believe, the Lost Bastilla. And if I'm wrong, it'll show it in a minute, so my apologies. And I show you part of the cutscene here. The bird grabs you and takes you away, and blah 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 blah. I didn't want to watch it all, so. And loading screen, I should cut those out. It gives me more time to ramble. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, but I don't give myself enough time to talk about it, so I need to keep these cutscenes in. Here we are. Is the Lost Bastilla? The Lost Bastilla, I was correct. And in these chests, they're both safe, but it was just out of habit. I felt like whacking it in case it was something bad. That dull ember is actually an ember you're going to give to a blacksmith that you find a little ways down from here, McDuff's workshop. And then in that chest, you got 2 human effigies. And then you light the bonfire, and that's pretty much all there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you back for episode 4 coming soon.